We are live. We are live. Sergeant Horror here, Mad Monster with Strangers Pray at Night, Wrong Turn, Time's Up. I mean, man, you got some credits coming to you, David. How's things
Keep,
going, man?
keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep saying things. You
Yeah, I
like
was I was going to tell you, I watched that Wrong Turn. That was a good movie, man. I like that thing.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. It's different. It's really dividing audiences, which any wrong turn should. Uh, I'm glad you liked it though.
Yeah, I think at first when I heard about it, I was like, okay, what in the world are they going to do? Because I thought I done seen it all.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoever they hired to write that sucker, he proved we ain't seen it all.
It was the same. It was the guy that wrote the first one,
Oh wow.
Alan McElroy. Yeah.
Scott says hi, Scott, and late happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Scott. Belated.
Laura says LOL. I ain't know I was funny yet.
What is she laughing at?
I don't know. Did
Uh,
you guys plan on coming to the Gulf Coast? I don't know what we're gonna do.
we can do that. Let's just go.
Let's just go. Daniel says good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Daniel.
And
More.
I was going to ask you, David, what's your favorite horror movies? Because you're not just an actor; you're a legit horror fan.
I am. I am. I'm a horror fan, lifelong, and also a very respected, classically trained actor. Maybe not respected, but I did go to school somewhere. Did you say what is my favorite horror movie?
Uh huh.
Uh, that's a tough question, man. I can't. I don't know why you would put me on the spot like that. What day is it? You know what? It's probably Black Christmas. That's fucking mirror image. The original Black Christmas is probably the one I go to the most, but I like other stuff.
Now, D says super horror fan D Warner from Campbellsville, Kentucky.
Kentucky, I've been there a bunch of times.
Stephanie says, "Hey, David, I started the petition."
No, she didn't. Kentucky's where we filmed "The Strangers Pray at Night" and "Haunt."
Now, I had a question about The Strangers Pray at Night. Now, when y'all set that thing up, was that all a set of like, did they build a trailer park with all that stuff on it?
They did. It was it used to be a town, and then the airport bought it and cleared it out, so it was just grass, acres of grass, and they brought all the trailers in. They set that up. Yeah, it's pretty cool because it's just like our own backlot.
Huh. Now, when I was, if y'all guys would have came to North Carolina, we had some stuff that looked like that already set up. Full trailer parks with cars crashed into trailers and everything.
Right. Yeah. I think when they first started to scout in Kentucky, they went to some actual trailer parks, but
It could get a little rough.
I think they just went for that one without the actual because like some of them, I mean, the guy with the bag in his head really the worst part. Maybe not.
And I've been dying to ask you this because we got to hang out some at Mad Monster and everything, and you've heard me talking about the strangers. I kind of don't like the idea of somebody knocking at my door in the middle of the night and saying it's Tamara home. What would you do if you was in the trailer park or if you was in you rented a cabin somewhere and was out on vacation and somebody just knocked on the door and Tamara home?
If someone came to my door where I was and asked if Tamara was home, I would say, thanks for watching. I'd say you're looking for Kip Weeks. He's fucking block. I don't know. I'd probably just I'd probably say no, and then she'd come back. I'd say, "Are you lost?" And then she would harass me and the family. I'd probably open the door and just send the dog out.
I'd grab her, pull her in the back.
Not home, but he's the dog, and he don't like people.
John said I missed a pic with you guys at Mad Monster. Will you have to come on back? Mike says hello, everyone. Hello, Mike.
Hello, everyone.
Matt says Sergeant Hart is coming and you're on his list. Nah, ain't nobody on my lists. Happy to be back with you guys. Vicky, we're glad to have you back. Tyler says again.
That guy's got problems.
He says, tell Damian I said again.
Yeah, we saw it. That's it. Just.
And Kimberly said, Norman says, what's up, Sarge? What's up, Norman?
Tyler is in Time's Up. He's quoting Time's Up, but no one's seen it. So.
And then Daniel wants me to ask you, the time about putting on the spot. This is the classic question. If you're on a space station and you could only bring one horror movie with you, or one movie period, what would it be?
Probably Weekend at Bernie's.
I'd probably bring some porn because I'm gonna be on a space station for like 5 years.
That's true. You know what you could do is you could combine. You could do a porn horror movie combo and bring one of the Wrong Turn sequels.
Now, were you happy with the whole Wrong Turn thing?
I loved it. You know, that's I spoke to Mike Nelson, the director, a long time ago. He enjoyed The Prey at Night. I wound up talking to him, and he was doing Wrong Turn. And I was like, let me the fuck in there. And
let me
I was like, I want to play one of them cabinals, one of them deranged cabinals. And he was like, yeah, well, read the script. And I read the script. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is like got a brain in its head and stuff. So I really enjoyed that script. And I knew, I mean, right away, obviously, any hardcore Wrong Turn purists, which do exist, apparently.
They do exist.
But I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I don't see how you can be a Wrong Turn purist. I mean, come on, guys.
I'll tell you that when I was announced for Wrong Turn, my inbox, particularly on Instagram, was blowing up. It was all fans from Latin America, Brazil, Wrong Turn Nation. So they love the Wrong Turn over there. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty in tune with the U.S. horror crowd, and I don't think anyone had ever mentioned Wrong Turn. So it's been interesting to see so many people just horrified that it went in a different direction.
I'm glad it did, because I get on here and I tell people, and you guys, you got to stop. You got to think about this. We get tired of the studio giving us the same stuff, the same stuff, the same stuff. We have to be happy that they give us a little something different.
They're never happy. God bless them.
And D says, ask him who his favorite horror film actress would be, working with them or just in general.
Well, I've worked with some good ones. Really liked horror film actress. So it's just like actresses that have only been in horror films, or primarily. I don't know. Come back to me. Well, the Time's Up crowd has quite a few I like. It's Pat Bierman, who for years we tried to do things, and now it's just happening. So she was in VHS, and she's in Time's Up, and she's actually directing the next one. Felissa, of course, is in there. Felissa's great. Um, she's fantastic. Kate Kiddo was in On Location. Time's Up. So Hannah was in On Location. I can't keep track of stuff. She's coming up in the Peeping Tom thing we're doing. It's like all these people that we keep working with are all my favorites.
Now, Kimberly says Wrong Turn was great.
Great. 2003.
And Anthony says he's watching that movie right now.
Can't be going that well if you're on here as well.
Vicky says, David, would you like to play an evil character or a good guy?
And then the porno thing. That
one.
Like a wrong turn porno thing. I don't think I'm prepared for it. I need a double for that.
I think I downloaded the wrong turn.
The bad guys are a lot of fun to play, especially when you can get in and do a character. Especially in genre movies, over history. Like you got the fodder, whether good guys or not, and then you got the villains who tend to be a little juicier. So usually the bad guys are more fun.
Creepy Cody says, "What's up, dudes?" Also, Damon, I'm glad that the Peeping Tom movies finally happened. I know you've been trying for a long time.
It's been a long time. Script is wonderful, just wasn't happening, and now it is. Maybe. Definitely.
And Brian said, by the time I got done working, I missed you. I really wanted to get that because you were home picture signed. Well, come on back, man. You can get it signed. I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing more of Damon.
I'll be in, North Carolina. I'll be in North Carolina in May for something.
You gonna come down here and hang out, party, turn up?
Out there to hang out. I'll be at the airport in the parking lot. You just come find me. And I'll sign it because you're at the airport because you'll have to be.
What's the weirdest thing somebody's asked you to sign?
I don't know, weird, but I've signed my fair share of Strangers stuff from the first Strangers. I mean, half of them know I'm not in it, and then the other half don't know. So I think there was a few at Mad Monster who came up. They wanted me to sign their Strangers DVD. I don't know if I told them. So I don't know. Is that weird?
Weird enough. So it ain't no telling what people come up and ask to get signed. I mean, it's just craziness.
I had a couple of people come up and tell me that they loved Haunt, and then asked who I was in it.
But you don't really have all them things in your head like in the movie. You just.
I mean, that's fine. If I'm like, on the street and I'm like, I was in Haunt. They were like, I love Haunt. Who are you? And that's fine. But I'm just because I had the banner behind me. So it's like, I don't know. Anything stupid. Have any appendages, like separated from bodies that have sign or anything? Nothing yet. Pretty standard stuff. Masks.
How long did it take you to get in that Haunt makeup?
That took 3 hours to put on the devil stuff, and that was Chris Bridges and Hugo Villas in New York did that. Fantastic. And the 3 hours was a breeze. And I was originally supposed to be red, but they did the whole makeup thing the first time, and then I don't know. We just all kind of agreed that thought that the non-red was cooler, and we took that to the directors, and they were like, "Yeah." So I was not red. I think it was. I think I would have been a little too Darth Maul if I was red. Like definitely is related to Darth Maul, if I'm right, and that knucklehead from Insidious.
Christopher says, should I rent Wrong Turn tonight solo or wait until the girlfriend comes over Tuesday and get tight under the covers?
It's a great date movie. I don't know if it's that kind of. It's not really jump scary, so I don't know. I don't know. What is it? Sunday? Why don't you rent it now? And it should still be available on Tuesday, right? So you can.
Or just buy
it. What's that?
it. They can buy it. They can buy it.
Well, I don't want. I don't want. I'm not. I don't want to talk much about it. That's not what I'm doing.
Buy
All right,
Buy. You can't go wrong by buying a movie called Wrong Turn.
Just make sure it's the 2021 version.
Yeah, because Amazon's getting sneaky because I was searching for it and they'd have put up 20 million thousand wrong turns. I'm like, really, people? And then
you could rent the Our Wrong Turn tonight, and then Tuesday get one of the porny ones for the mood. Think about it.
And Derek says, Strangers Pray at Night, the pool scene. How much was that influenced by Friday the 13th, Part 2?
None. I'm a big fan of Friday the 13th, Part 2. I'm wondering what you're referring to.
I don't get it either. I kind of like the thing that got me about the Strangers Pray at Night was when you were sitting in the car.
That was the scene that grabbed me when I read the script. That was like, I have to do this. Friday 13th, the pool? I don't know. Let's dive deeper into that. I want to know what you're talking about. I know when the New York Times review of The Strangers Pray at Night came out, I think it was the New York Times, I think they claimed that we ripped off a variety of movies, but one of them was The Mutilator, because there's a pool scene in that. And I was like, that's awesome. Am I supposed to believe that this New York Times critic has seen The Mutilator? That's awesome. But yeah, so I don't know. Friday 13th. Cool.
They
Is there a pool in Friday 13th Part 2? There isn't.
I can't think of what they're talking about. I think the problem is like if you have one movie that has like a pool in it or something, they think you should never use a pool again. And I think that's crazy. I like the coloring of
That's the pools.
Yeah, that's like no more pools. Freddie jumped in a pool. Nobody else could use a chainsaw but Leatherface. I mean,
right.
And somebody was on here. I don't know what this is about, but something about a list you was on Twitter.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I know what they're talking about.
And Rosie says, I love horror movies and you all rock the terror.
They were talking about, I assume it was a list of slasher villains with, I'm trying to think of the wording, big or good dick. I think it was big dick. Big dick slasher villains, I think.
Oh, Lord.
And then I think Man in the Mask was on that. And then I retweeted it, of course.
So AJ says, I can't wait until Halloween Kills come out this year. I was mad they canceled it last year. What do you think of that whole Blumhouse remake of the Halloween stuff?
Me? Yeah, I like it. It was good. 2018.
Would you like to work with Blumhouse?
Yeah, they do some. Well, it seems like they're only picking up, already, like franchises and rebooting them now. It seems like what they're doing. So I don't know. I mean, I work with anyone if it's a cool project.
Now, I saw where you posted something on the gram about, you would, they looking at maybe remaking or rebooting the My Bloody Valentines. Now, would you play the role of the killer in there?
I would do that, especially if it was, like I think John Squires from Bloody Disgusting, took what I said and went a little further with it. That he liked to see, the Harry Warden kind of inciting incident, and then the whole origin of it. So that is what I would like to do, because I can do the killer thing with the swinging, the killing, but I can also fire up some character stuff too, or acting as they call it. So I mean, you just get the best of both worlds.
I think that'd be interesting. Now, Derek says your character kind of resembles Jason when you're emerging from the water. It just seemed like a nod, not necessarily the pool per se. That's a good
Okay.
point.
Okay. Well, I do love Friday 13 Part 2. It's my favorite from the Friday franchise, and it has nothing to do with a Sackhead, although he is a very, well-regarded member in the Sackhead Order. Yeah, no, it was just us popping up from the pool. I mean, really, all that was in my head was trying to catch Lewis, which was not easy because my fucking boots were filled with water, my pockets were filled with water. Like corduroy isn't really great with the whole water thing, and Lewis, had like little Chuck Taylors on. He was just like every time. Every time we pop up, he just like at the end of the pool, at the end of the pool. I'm like, could you please slow down so that I can catch you before they yell at me again?
Man, I'm telling you, Damon, they going crazy over having you on here with a bunch of questions. I mean, somebody said something about Brian says take the place of Dean Winchester. I could see you on a show like a Supernatural.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know that guy. Oh, he was in My Bloody Valentine. Right?
And,
He was in
yeah.
the remake. I don't want to take his place. He wasn't Harry Warden. Right?
Well, he was the one that was doing the killing, but he wasn't really the Harry Warden.
No. I want to go back to the Harry Warden thing. Or not. Get someone else to do it. I don't know.
I think it fits.
I saw a fucking article. I shared it. I'll get a petition going, man. You know those things always work. Online petitions work every time.
I'm about to start me an online petition next week.
I've signed 18 online petitions to get a Dread 2. Get Carl Urban back in there for Dread 2.
I want a Felissa Rose Funko Pop, a Sleepaway Camp Funko Pop.
You signed a petition for Felissa Rose Funko Pop?
That's what I'm going to start a petition for.
If that's how you want to spend your time.
I mean, that's important.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about sequels to beloved movies done with passion and with the right people, and you're talking about toys. Felissa toys. She's got enough, man. She's got enough. Sat next to her all Mad Monster weekend. You get people coming up to her and they're like, "Hey, I've already met you 20 times, but I need to meet you again because you're my best friend." And she's like, "Hi, Muffy. I'm so good to see you." And I'm like, "What the fuck? How does she fucking do this?"
She knows everybody's name.
Yeah, of course she does. She's inhuman. In the best way.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Norman says, what about alien movies? They're coming back to rule the earth.
I'll take them. Every time I'll take them. Just keep them coming.
And Doug says, yes, and Night of the Demon Funko Pops, too. I add them on to the list.
Of your petitions?
Yeah. Now, I saw an article another article. You in all these articles, man. I can't keep up sometimes, but that new project with Hannah that's directed. What can you tell us about that?
I can tell you that it's probably my favorite script that I've read. It was written by Brian James Fitzpatrick, who I've known since ninth grade when I was the voice of Audrey 2 in The Little Shop of Horrors. And he was the puppeteer of the plant. And I was talking about Evil Dead. And he came over and started talking about Evil Dead. And then we met. And that was back in the olden days before the internet. So fast forward to like 2013, I had this concept, this peeping Tom thing for years. And he said, let me take a crack at this script. And he did, and that crack is brilliant. It's like crack. I don't know. I heard. And so that, and we, it kind of, was run out there, and people love it. And it was like, we're doing this movie, and then it would collapse. And then that happened like 18 times. So, and back when it first started out, Hannah was attached to play the lead in it. So here we are, like 10 years later. Now she's directing it. So I'm very excited about that. And it's a psychological thriller. Thriller. Just kidding. It's a psychological horror movie. It's elevated thriller. Is that what they call it? How do we sell it to A24? No, it's a horror movie. It's a psychological horror movie. It's kind of.
I think it's going to be better than anything that A24 has done.
Yeah, I do like Under the Skin. It's kind of in the vein of, can I say, are you allowed to say Polanski anymore? Or no? I don't like Polanski. I don't want to hang out with him. I don't want him coming near my family. But at one point in life, before we knew about that, he made some fucking cool movies. Just like a little bit of that, like dash of, I don't want to spoil it. It's really good. It's a really good script. Everyone who, here's this, everyone who complains that there are no new ideas, because I see it all the time. Here it is. Here's the new idea. Here's the hot freshness. And just be big fans of it until we show you otherwise.
And see, a lot of people don't understand because I get a lot of messages all the time, and they're like, why does it take so long to get a lot of movies made? The answer's simple: it's money.
Oh, yeah. There's so many little bullshit factors and red tape and nonsense that go on. I mean, you have this thing, and now you want people to put money into it, and they want their money back, and that's where it starts. And there's only so much, so you can fork over your vision to people in suits, so they can be like, you gotta have so and so in it. Like, here's a list of 3 people that are acceptable to be in your movie. And then that drops down. If you're just looking to sell it overseas or put it in Walmart, that list is bigger, but not necessarily better.
I just think that we as the horror fans need to take back the horror genre. And the way we do that is by supporting a lot of these indie movies that are quality. Everybody just can't go out and make a movie and get a lot of support because you got to have a story, you got to have actors, which is hard to find. And that's why it was so refreshing to meet you as somebody that can put on the mask and can kill somebody and look convincing, but yet you can act too. And that's a dangerous thing right there, man.
Yeah. Support the good indie stuff. Support the talented people who are trying to make the good stuff. Yeah, like fucking Cassavetes or
I hate when I watch a movie and 90% of the budget was put in the DVD cover. I hate that. AJ says, who do you prefer more when it comes to horror, Wes Craven or John Carpenter? I say Wes Craven for me.
I'd probably go with Wes Craven. Although if I had to pick one movie I love out of the both of them, it would be The Thing. But I think entry for entry, Wes Craven did more than I like. I really do like the Scream movies for the most part. So, that helps. Um,
Yeah, the Scream movies is pretty good. I don't know what to think if they're gonna do that Scream 15 or 5 or whichever one that is.
Scream 15.
I mean, it's scary because that was the thing. I hate to keep going back to Wrong Turn, but Wrong Turn, I was like, it's done right because like I look at the Leatherface that Millennium did. I look at what some is in the works on IMDb that they're shooting horror wise, and it's just cookie cutter. Is no imagination, and I think that's what we need is imagination.
Just Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, just clambering over each other to get made. I don't know which ones I've seen. I saw Jessica Biel in one, and then it gets
That was good.
hazy after that. That was good. She's good.
Would you like to act with Jessica Biel?
What's that?
Would you like to do a movie with Jessica Biel?
She's a fantastic actor. Absolutely. I loved the Sinner. Season 1 of The Sinner was fantastic. Yeah, I would. She's great.
And Stephanie says 100% horror is the least appreciated genre in the industry. And I agree with that, but one of the things we got to keep in mind as horror fans, we're the last genre that'll buy the shit out of DVDs. Nobody else is buying DVDs like horror fans. And we need to use that purchasing power to get good movies made, like your Peep and Tom movie and other things that we really need to expand the genre.
It's true. It's true.
Norman says, Sarge, you need to be in one. I don't know if there's room enough for me. I might not can act. I don't know.
I don't know. Not being able to act hasn't stopped many people from being in many movies. So, how about it?
And that's the thing we kind of talked about too a little bit, but I think I probably talked about it more than you did when we was hanging out. Is a lot of times they think they can take like it just put anybody in a mask and like have them going around, but moving as the killer is an art to that, and I think it's one of the things that producers in Hollywood just don't get. They think, oh, throw a stunt person in there, but a lot of stunt people can't act.
That's a credit to Johannes Roberts, who directed the Strangers Prey at Night, because there was certain folks pushing to just have like a stunt performer in there. And my stunt double on Prey at Night was wonderful, Matt. But Johannes wanted actors in there doing the stuff, and yeah, man, he stood his ground. He wanted that. So.
And then AJ just said this is important, I think. That new Wrong Turn movie wasn't what I expected, but I loved it. The ending was all over the place, but for once in a long time, I'm not disappointed in the outcome. I'm going to watch it again tonight.
That's great.
And I agree with that 110%. I was expecting this, got that, and then that ended. Woo! I love the way they shot it. I love the sound on it. I ain't gonna give it away for you guys. You guys got to watch it.
Yeah, don't spoil it. I haven't seen it.
And then James wants to know who is better, Jason or Freddy?
At what? Talking?
Well, Jason don't talk. Well,
Freddy's better at talking. Makes a lot of jokes. I don't think he's very funny though. Better. I think that. Well, I mean, I do like the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Wes Craven. He directed it. If you didn't know. I don't know. I guess the Friday franchise just sits a little better with me. Maybe the Nightmare on Elm Street movies are technically better movies. Some of them. But Friday 2, 4. I don't know. I think I'll go with those. But that wasn't your question. It was who's better, Jason or Freddy? I don't know. Jason? Freddy? What's the right answer?
There is no right answer, and that's the beauty of it.
I'll say Jason.
Lawson says, Damian, it'd be awesome to see you in a Rob Zombie horror movie. Would you consider working with Rob?
I would love to play the Blob in this Rob Zombie Blob that he was going to do. I guess that's dead. But
I was so pissed that they never hired Rob to direct the one movie I believe he was born to direct, and that was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot.
right. I'd like to see a Rob Zombie wrong turn.
That would be good.
Yeah, or Hills Have Eyes or something. That seems to be, like his wheelhouse.
Yeah, he likes to redneck it up, and that's kind of funny because they think he's from like Connecticut or something like that. I believe.
Yeah.
I'm like, you ain't even so come on, hang out with me in North Carolina, Rob. You see what's rednecking is like.
He lives in a small suburban house in Connecticut. Yeah, tell Rob to call me up. Let's do it.
Kane talked and Jason Goes to Hell. He cameoed as a security guard. I think one of my favorite Kane Hodder cameos was in because I say this because we just saw the guy Andrew from Wishmaster is when he was the security guard in Wishmaster and he got stuck in that door. You know, who's your? No, I ain't gonna ask you that. That'd be controversial.
What is it?
If you could play Michael, Jason, or Freddy, which one would you try? Or Leatherface?
I got my choice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we're not talking about like
no studio politics, nothing. Just if they said, "Hey, you could play either one. It's greenlit. Let's go film it next week." What would you like to do?
I think it depends on the movie. It's like what is he doing in the movie? You know, like what is going? Is he just Is he just? Well, it's probably not going to be Michael Myers because the fans want that walking kind of slow moving Michael Myers, and that's fun to see visually, but I mean it's boring to do. I mean, like Freddy's probably
awesome. Michael Myers.
I'd be a good Michael Myers, I think. I should just do them all at once and see what happens.
Stephanie says,
"Stop commenting and work on the petition." That's what she needs to do. I should do all three and see what happens. See what we wind up with. I'll make them all a little different. Let's do that. I don't know.
And Joshua says, "Nah, play a Cenobite."
We can throw that in there. Just start firing them off. What was that doing theater? I'd love to do more theater.
You do theater?
For a long time while I was in New York, I did theater. I love theater. I haven't done a musical since it's been a long time. I don't know if my voice is I'm not ready for that. I'd have to do a lot of prep. But yeah, theater is fantastic. I'd love to get back into that.
Man, how did you go from playing in a theater to stabbing people in the cars in the trailer park?
Just, that's what theater does to you sometimes. Sometimes the funniest thing in the world, and the other times the audience is just sitting there staring at you, and it drives you crazy. No, I think I did theater, and then, I forced myself into some movie called Ghost Lake. And then I did everything on this movie, Ghost Lake. The director liked me so much, he cast me as the lead in this movie called Closed for the Season, which shot in Ohio. And the line producer on that. That was his first producing job, and we got along very well. And then tried to do some projects here and there. He did a short film. He cast me as the director. He's the director. Cast me as the lead. Um, and then he went on to produce Starry Eyes and Bone Tomahawk, and then The Strangers Pray at Night. He called me up and said, "I'm doing the Strangers sequel. Do you want to play the bag?" And I said, "No."
Now, I got to ask you something serious. This has been kind of in my mind on that. And I know I've been kidding you with a lot of questions, but I get fascinated when I watch some of these movies. When you're in there and you're doing that eye thing, when you getting ready to put that pick on them in the car, did they speed that up or did you really move your eyes like that?
That's all me. All me.
Wow.
I don't know. Martin and I were having some fun in there, but he was like trying to keep in the kind of that mode the whole time. So even between takes, he'd be like mewling and pleading and stuff, and offering me ice cream. Yeah, I don't know. I think I probably just did that in the moment. Yeah, I think because I was like, I told him I'm gonna like hang with him until he goes down. Like, really, really get in there. So I don't know. I'm just like I knew. It's all you can see is the fucking eyes. I don't want to overdo it, but I wanted to give off that I'm totally into this stuff.
The way I took it is like as he was getting bled out and he was going, you was searching in his eyes to make sure he was all the way gone before you let up any.
Yeah. You're just totally with him in the moment. You like making you gotta. It's not just a hobby. It's a passionate thing. That's why you play the music. So you really want.
Are you talking about killing or acting?
What's that?
Are you talking about killing or acting?
Killing.
Yeah, because Ed Kemper, he said, there's no greater. I'm gonna mess up the quote, but he's like, it's a vocation, and I think a lot of people don't put that kind of effort when they play the killers in movies.
That's the big guy, right?
Yeah. Have you watched Mindhunters?
Yeah. I was really enjoying it, so of course they canceled it.
I don't know what the heck Netflix is thinking. If you sitting on a gold mine with Mindhunters, you'd be good in Mindhunters. I could see you doing that.
As soon as I like a show, it's gone. Why am I going to keep watching shows when I know it's going to get canceled?
Then Daniel says, imagine slasher theaters front rows have to wear ponchos for the blood splatter.
You could definitely do. You could do like like a stage fright. You could do stage fright, the slasher film on a stage. That would be great. No one would go see it, which is the problem. But yeah, definitely. I mean, most of these slasher things are kind of one central location types, so you could pull that off. Let's do that. Start a petition.
Let's combine theater and horror. Sing the Freddy song.
People there's Reanimator the musical. There's other musicals, The Evil Dead. So that's I see. Mark Harmon, everyone. Mark Harmon. Yeah, people have done it. I don't want to do that. I want to do a fucking slasher on stage, play it serious. None of this singing and dancing.
Nope, serious.
Put on the owl mask and cut some people. There'll be a musical sequence in it because it's a musical within the story. But Slumber Party Massacre stage play Russ Thorne. Where's that? Let's do that.
Motel Hell.
Motel Hell.
Or Vacancy. I liked Vacancy.
Do them all. Just do
yeah, and I would set it to where like actors was in the audience, and we'd come down and slash them up, and they wouldn't know if it was real or fake.
That sounds great.
Amanda says Pray at Night is one of those rare sequels that's just as good, if not superior, as the original.
Amanda is very smart. I've always said that. She has great taste. Always. said that.
Hey, I got to say, there got to be a script for part 3 out there. Come on now, you got to have the trilogy. That way, you can get the new steel book, the new box set, and sell some more DVDs. Come on, guys, let's make a part 3.
There's scripts out there. There's scripts out there. That's what trying to get someone to start a petition, an online petition. They always work. Just sign a petition. Be like, make this fucking thing now and stop dicking around. Don't let it go another 10 years.
And then Jimmy keeps asking, they want to know one movie on the space station for 5 years. He already answered that, Weekend at Bernie's.
But I changed it to Wrong Turn 5 or 6. I'm not sure which is pornier.
Get the one with Henry Rollins in it.
That's 2.
Yeah, I saw Henry a couple of years back, and he's like, man, I asked him about some of his movies, and he's like, man, I don't watch the movies, some of the movies I'm in. I'm like, man.
That's a surprise. Strangers in Space, gotta get there. I don't want to do Space Strangers for the 3rd one. That should be like 7.
Strangers in Space.
Because they have to, you get one more sequel, maybe in a hospital or a sorority house, and then he's got to go to the hood, and then he's got to go to on a boat in like Canada, and then he's got to go to space. Canadian cruise, one of those famous Canadian cruise ships.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of imagine those characters from The Strangers just wandering around any road in the U.S., pulling into a house, slaughtering people, and keeping it moving. So
let's do it.
It's no telling.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it, but I'm going to. That the director of Wrong Turn 2021, Mike P. Nelson, who is fantastic. Love that guy. He wrote a Stranger sequel script, and it is wonderful. And I think they should do that. So start the petition.
That would be good.
It would. And you'll call it The Strangers, and everyone in the movie will know each other, and then people will be like, "This isn't Strangers. Everyone knows each other."
See, I'm wondering if the baghead would the bagman would change the bag for something different.
That would infuriate people. Infuriate. That would, you couldn't. I don't know. I'm not ready for that kind of hate.
Yeah, that's one movie I thought you would have been. They should have put you in as the the Purge movies. I could see you doing well in that.
I'll do it. Let's do it. There's a show, isn't there? Or was that canceled?
It's probably canceled. It's like you said. Every time you see something that's good, or you get to liking something, they cancel it. So I'm just like.
That's why if I watch a show, I just watch it like this, and if I'm enjoying it, I just watch. I do that because I don't want them because they're watching. I don't want them to see that I'm enjoying it because then they fucking cancel it. So I'm just like,
yeah, it's crazy. But I appreciate you getting on here with us for so long tonight and answering everybody's crazy questions. It's been fun. Do you got any last words for anybody, Dan?
Me? Yeah. If you got any other crazy questions, send them to me to the social medias, and I'll answer them. Maybe. And then just make sure any petitions that come your way that involve me, sign them, and start your own. And I'll do some Funkos too. You should get some Funkos for me too.
They need a Strangers Funko.
Yeah, like it's obvious. Why don't they make that?
I'm mad
they
at you.
So many stupid ones. Stupid.
Now, what about Haunt? Are they gonna make another Haunt?
Scott and Brian, the directors, they don't really do sequels to their own stuff or other properties. I mean, they don't try to stop it, but they're like, we created this, or someone else created this. they're trying to create their own things, so they won't do it. But I mean, that haunt is, it's been so warmly embraced. It's really, really fucking cool. But I don't know. I don't know if it's that popular that it's gonna, warrant a sequel. Although they kept making those Wrong Turn movies. So
That's what I was going to say. That it made 19
I
wrong.
don't know. I don't know. But that was all. We found out when we were doing 2021 that was all Latin America, because for years I'd be like, how are they making these movies? Who's giving them the money, and who is watching them? Like Bruce Willis isn't in any of these movies. Who's watching them? But yeah, we found out it was all Latin America.
Um,
God love you.
A couple more questions that came in. I'm sorry to keep hitting you with your questions. I promise we'll let you go. How did they shoot the tree rolling scene? Do you know? In Wrong Turn, is that CGI or they roll a real tree?
It was a little bit of both. I wasn't there, but that was a little bit of both. That was. I mean, it was definitely a log. It was definitely prop log, but no, they really killed that actor. He's gone.
R.I.P.
Yep.
All right. Well, we appreciate you. You have to not be a stranger and come on here, pardon the pun. But we appreciate you. Sergeant Har, Damian for Mad Monster. We're out.
Thanks for having me on.